Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It is Anzac Day, or actually it's not Anzac Day, it's Anzac Day Memorial Day, so we get the public holiday here in Queensland. I was pretty busy yesterday, so I didn't get to do Anzac biscuits yesterday, so I thought I'd come online today and show you how simple it is to make Anzac biscuits in your Thermomix. Now, this is a classic recipe. You're going to find that it works out pretty similar to what you may have already known Anzac biscuits to be. So let me show you how to do it. I am going to make them gluten-free, although the oats that you use may not be gluten-free. The ones I get from Honest to Goodness, or at least the last batch were, they do have times, if you do look at them online, you'll see there are times when their oats are gluten-free and sometimes they are low gluten, so keep an eye on that. But yeah, so mine actually are today, which is pretty fortunate as well. So let's get cooking, start cooking. I love the ease of this recipe. I am going to do some low carb kind of adjustments along the way as well. So first things first is preheat oven. Now I've got some zucchini slice in the little mini bar tray cooking at the moment, so my oven is actually on already. So line 2 baking trays with baking paper. I'm going to show you my new baking trays in a second, so wait a second and I'll show you that. Okay, first things first is butter. 120 grams of butter cut into pieces. How cool is it that with the Thermomix this doesn't have to be warm and softened, that the Thermomix takes care of it for us? It's pretty awesome. So excited, I'm heading out the door today. I've got a couple of demos I'm heading out to. I love a good public holiday to get things done and show people the Thermomix. If you do want to book a demo at any stage or talk Thermomix, by all means, I'm here to help you get the most out of it, so please don't ever hesitate to reach out if you've got questions on your Thermomix or maybe about getting a Thermomix. Alright, so 120 grams, and I'm just cutting it off the block as I go. I'm not too particular, you'll notice. I was going to say I'll land on whatever I land on, and today I've got 120. There we go. Doesn't happen very often. Alright, next up. 100 grams of golden syrup. So I've got my good old golden syrup that has been in this cupboard for as long as we've lived here. It expired in 2017, would you believe? I was going to use it, and actually I thought it might be too thick, but it's actually doing okay. I don't think I've got 100 grams. Let's see how I go. So today I'm out and about doing demos, and I'm so excited I get to do bread rolls. It's been a while since I've done bread rolls. I don't know about you, but if you're still buying bread rolls, let me come do a demo or a virtual demo and teach you how to make the most amazing light and fluffy bread rolls. It is just amazing, made in your Thermomix. Beautiful and fresh and light and fluffy, which is awesome. Alright, how am I going? I'm going to get nowhere near 100 grams, but I am very pleased that this container is finally empty. Oh my goodness. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to top this up with my low carb, what's it called, golden syrup kind of replacer. I've never actually used it before. It's the first time I'm cracking it open. Yep, tastes like golden syrup. So I got this recently when I bought so I buy in bulk our low carb sweetener, which we don't tend to use a huge amount, but they had this new product, which is a golden malt flavoured syrup. So I didn't buy it for the thought of Anzac biscuits. I actually thought, just try it. So I'm going to use that. So it's with monk fruit. So here we go, 100 grams. Obviously Anzac biscuits has a fair bit of sugar in it, okay? I don't know how you'd make them without. Actually, one of the similar recipes that actually does have a lower amount of sweetener is definitely your sweet potato and oat meal bars. Very similar tasting to, look for them on Cookie Doo, by the way, sweet potato and oatmeal bars. Very similar to an Anzac flavour, except it's made with sweet potato. There was Jamie on my group as well. Some of you guys are my customers and you're in my customer support group. You would have seen yesterday she shared one that's a carrot-based one, which was pretty cool as well. So thank you, Jamie, for sharing that. Alright, let's put the lid on. We're going to warm this up. We're going to melt that butter. We won't need a full 2 minutes, I don't think. So if your butter was super, super cold, maybe it's come out of the freezer, then yes, you need the full 2 minutes, but we're just getting it so that it's all liquidy in there. If you also want to shortcut it further, make your chunks of butter even smaller. They'll melt even faster then. So it's a really good way to make this more efficient as well. Do say hi if you're watching today, and if you're coming back and watching replay later, do hashtag the replay, because I love to know that you are finding value in these videos. Alright, so we've got this cook step, so this is our time to get ready for our next steps. So we use our 3 dots up here, recipe details, scroll down, and we can see then that we're going to need rolled oats, some bicarb soda, okay, this stuff lasts you forever, the bicarb soda, a bit like the golden syrup that's expired 4 years ago. rolled oats, some plain flour. So I'm using gluten-free plain today, okay? And then we need some light brown sugar, okay? I'm also going to follow suit with the monk fruit and some desiccated coconut. So that'll then complete our beautiful Anzac biscuits. Hello, Claire. Lovely to have you on today. Thanks for saying hi. So I'm just looking in here to look for it to be fully melted. The moment it's fully melted, then I know I'm all good and I'm ready to stop it and move on to my next step. Now, what you might also notice across the top of a TM6 screen, which is what we're cooking on today, is you've got time, temperature, speed. So even when you're somewhere else on your Thermomix, maybe you're looking at manual functions or something like that, or in the recipe, you can still see across the top how long you've got left until your next step. It's really handy on main meals to consolidate your time in the kitchen by prepping your next lot of steps in your first cook time, all right? Not everything has cook times, right? So a lot of times you're just chucking it all in and spinning the jar. But sometimes you've got that cook time to be able to get ready for your next steps. Obviously with Facebook Lives, I've got the ingredients in here with me, ready to go. All right, here we go. Done. All right, I did let it go for the full time. It did get to 60 degrees. Let's see how melted it is in there. It's melted, like spot on. Oh, no, I did a couple of chunks. I don't think it's going to matter. Look at that. There you go. It smells like sugar. Sugar coma. All right, scrape down the sides. 1 teaspoon of bicarb. Let's put that in. Okay. Bicarb is such a fantastic ingredient to have in your home. There are so many things you can do with bicarb, from cleaning your bowl if you don't have your citric acid, to making honeycomb. It is the secret ingredient in honeycomb. Those of you in the TM6, I'd love to know in the chat when you're watching the replay, have you made honeycomb yet? Because it's just absolutely amazing. And I love how easy it is to clean afterwards, that honeycomb, because I don't know about you, but I got memory of toffee as a kid and it was not easy to clean. Okay, 5 seconds, speed 3. It's just mixing this bicarb through. All right, 100 grams of rolled oats. This is so much easier than the bowl and wooden spoon method I remember as a child. Does anyone else remember doing it with a wooden spoon as a kid, making rolled oat, making Anzac biscuits? All right, 100 grams of rolled oats. Let's put those in. Oh my goodness, today is my lucky day. Look at all these close numbers. This normally doesn't happen. 150 grams of plain flour. In it goes. I am going to pull a little short on the plain flour because gluten-free does respond at times a little different to plain flour. So just going to try and open a little bit further. Maybe it's not going to work. Patience. All right. 150 grams. Oh. There you go, 144. That wasn't as short as I thought I was going to aim for. I was going to aim for about 130. But anyway, that's okay. Some light brown sugar, or you know what, if you don't have brown sugar, don't dash to the shop. Just use your raw sugar or your white sugar or even icing sugar. It honestly will be perfectly fine. 70 grams, in it goes. I'm going to cut this short, guys. I'm going to put only 50 in, just because there's so much sugar in it. Hopefully it still binds okay. Okay, 60 it is. My goodness. That's all right. All right, desiccated coconut. The risk of pulling down your sugar is that it won't stick together well. Probably not so bad in biscuits, probably more of a problem in things like slices where you need to be able to cut it later. Probably also, I wouldn't have pulled down the liquid sweetener because the liquid sweetener is really that binding ingredient with the butter. So the liquid sweetener definitely needed to be there. But I was hoping maybe that granulated I could be less. But anyway, I'm actually not going to be home. So if they go all psycho and hypo, I'm not here. I'm out the door for a couple of demos. All right, on with the lid. I love as well, guys, that I will be heading out the door to a couple of demos. And this morning, I've already made 10 seconds. Didn't want to talk over the Thermomix. So this morning, we've already made sweet potato and zucchini fritters in the Thermomix, fried them off on the barbecue. We've made then a zucchini slice, made Anzac biscuits, made mayo to go with some fish and chips for later. So, you know, already it's only 9:50 and I've done all these things in Thermomix without really feeling like it was hard work. And that's the beauty of Thermomix cooking. All right, we are done. Place 2 teaspoons of mixture on the thing. Now, okay, little tip, 2 things. I did bring a spatula. Number one, I need to scrape the sides. Okay, push the food in. We don't want to let that, especially coconut that's floaty, go to waste. So that's number one. Now, just going to give it a stir in with my spatula. Not very delicate, am I? All right, there's a couple of tips now for you guys. So first of which, let me move this out of the way. First of which is go to eBay or somewhere like that and get yourself one of these. I have them in 3 sizes, although some of the little arms have broken off them now. They are amazing to keep equal portions on food. Amazing. I bought them for meatballs years ago because those of you who have a demo know that I don't love touching food. Okay, if I can avoid it, I will. But I do also just suck it up and do it when I need to, right? So let me just bring this over. So this here is your little traditional old school ice cream scoop. Mine is old. It actually has a bend in it, so it gets stuck half the time. So yeah. So what that means, just be careful in your stainless steel bowl, but what it means is you can put it in, grab a bit of dough, push it together a bit, and then you can literally scoop it onto your tray. Now I'm going to show you that in a second. Talking about trays, new to the mix shop is this awesome silicone ware. You guys have seen the mini loaves, you've seen the mini muffins, and if you've had a Brazilian cheese puff demo lately, you'll see I've been taking that to demos. And now they've got this awesome, and I think I showed you the loaf tin the other day, which is for the caravan. So I've been buying it predominantly for my caravan because weight is important in our caravan. We can't be heavy. If we're heavy, we can't take other stuff. All right, and you're overweight, it's not safe to tow. So really important, we make a habit of going over the weigh bridges to know what we weigh, okay? This is awesome. It's got steel around the outer, so it's rigid through the outer, so it doesn't bend, but it's the center is flexy. All right, so it's awesome. So what I'm going to do here, I don't think they were very expensive. So if you do go check them out in the mix shop, please pick me as your consultant on the checkout. I get a little bonus for it, but also I can track your order as well. So all I do now with my little scoop that's filled with dough is I drop it, and then I can use my fingers to give it a little push. Now if I want to be super neat, of course I could be putting this into my hand, which is, you know, not my favorite thing to do. But if I want to be super neat and keep them all exactly the same size, because I know this will appeal to some of you guys that you love having things very uniform, okay? So I can put it into my hand, except I just dropped a piece on the floor. And now I'm going to drop the tray on the floor. Hang on, guys. There we go, very good. All right, so then you could actually very uniformly shape them on your hand, and you've got perfect little Anzac biscuits, which will spread a bit in the oven though. Little FYI, it says to put them, it says flatten to 5 centimeters. Oh, it doesn't tell you. Oh, it just says to leave a space in between. So it says you can make 15 on a tray. So I would be making sure you leave enough space. Otherwise you're going to end up with a tray bake of Anzac biscuits. So if you're that way inclined, that you like them all uniform, use a little ice cream scoop. Perfect amount every time, same amount every time. Just a little note on it though, be careful in your stainless steel bowl, you don't want to scratch. So don't go like a spatula around the edge, use it to push the food into it, okay? There you go guys, Anzac biscuits in your Thermomix in a couple of minutes. How cool is that? Do reach out and say hi when you watch the replay. Have a fantastic, for those of you in Queensland and I think some other states as well, have a fantastic day today, getting things done I'm sure, and cooking in your Thermomix. Do share your pictures with me. I'd love to see what you are making in your Thermomix, and if you want to talk about anything Thermomixing, by all means I'm here. So I'm between demos, but I will get back to you, I promise. But I'm happy to talk about recipes, demos, Thermomixes, all that sort of stuff. So have a great day guys, take care. I'm going to see you back here tomorrow. So tomorrow is Tuesday. This week is just going to be so odd because it's a short week, and actually next week's a short week too. My goodness, what were they thinking? Anyway, we shall see you tomorrow. Bye for now guys.